See, the way this works is it's completely one way. And so even though people are coming in right now and probably going, "Hi, Mom," we can't hear them or see them.
Hear a thing.
So welcome to this next live broadcast here on Facebook Live. This is my mom, also known as Vicki. So she's super cute. My parents are in town visiting.
Yes, we are.
From where?
Maryland.
Yeah, so kind of cool. We're in Arizona and they're in Maryland. So the point of this broadcast is because my mom has this like crazy awesome reputation of being kind of amazing in a lot of different ways, but the one that we're going to focus on is crochet. So she's actually going to teach Race how to crochet. The point of us doing the broadcast is because we know that many of you are interested in learning how to crochet, but also kind of picking her brain about maybe some tips and tricks or who knows what comes to your mind. So please be prepared to ask your questions. We're going to watch for them. Molly is here per usual, and she's watching for your questions. And so whenever they come up, she'll totally like chime in with those questions. I'm not Race.
No.
He is going to come in, but I wanted to just kick this off and introduce my mom. So before we bring Race in and have him learn, I just want you to maybe share, I didn't give you a heads up on this, but share how crochet came about in your life, maybe just briefly. Like, why is this a thing? Why do you love it?
This was really important for me going back 48 years.
Okay.
When Dad and I first got married, and
48 years. Keep going.
And he was really busy with medical school. He was going into his third year of medical school, and I was pregnant with Jonathan, our first child, and I said, you know what? I need a hobby because he's not home a lot. And so I went to the local dime store. It wasn't a Walmart, it wasn't a Target, just a local dime store. And I found this crochet kit that I could make an Afghan. And it was so expensive. It was like $5.82 for this entire kit. And I came home and I said, do you think we can afford to have $5.82 that I can buy? And of course Dad said, no, no, I'm just kidding. He said, of course you can. And so I bought that kit and I brought it home and I taught myself how to crochet.
Oh.
And back in those days, 48 years ago, there were no computers, there was no YouTube that I could turn on and watch on how to do it, so I taught myself.
That's so cool.
And I still have that Afghan.
Do you?
But it's in, yes.
You do?
I do. It's
that one?
That one that I made, that I taught myself.
I'm gonna be in Maryland visiting you guys in November. I want to see, because I don't think I can picture which one that is.
It's got black trim around it and multicolored.
Fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, so I still got
And then you learned how to crochet, and to summarize the past 45 plus years, you've also done a whole lot of other things. So kind of list them for me, because I know a few, but you've done other things that I can't even identify.
I've done a lot of crewel embroidery. I taught myself to do that. And when we lived, Dad was in the Navy, as you know, for 2 years, and we lived on Guam, and the thing at that time was just starting to happen was what was called counted cross stitch.
Yeah. Oh, that was brand new at that time? That wasn't like a thing?
Not that I recall.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
And so I bought a kit and I taught myself how to do counted cross stitch. So I did that for forever and ever.
She totally entered her counted cross stitch pieces like in the county fair and won blue ribbons and purple ribbons and like
best of show and all that.
Best of show, no big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal. County fair right here, superstar. Anyway,
so I did that for many, many years. That kind of took over my crocheting, and then as I got older, my eyes were not as good, and I couldn't see the fine fabric 8 o'clock. You know, I like to do the 21 count, 22 count, and I couldn't see that real well, so I said, I'm going to have to go back to crocheting.
Okay, so that's actually why you, I didn't realize that either.
Yeah.
And somewhere in the middle there, my mom taught me how to do counted cross stitch. And so I actually made several things. I still have them, and I am kind of like itching to maybe do that a little bit. Just when I have like downtime.
Yes.
And if I'm watching something,
I
can keep my hands busy and listen. You know, I don't know, I'm kind of like feeling like I want to pick that up a little bit.
Yay, you should do it.
I know.
Hey, a quick question. Someone asked if there's a pattern for the Afghans that your mom made for everyone in the office, which we have a blog post.
We do, yeah. In fact, if you just go to BeckyHiggins.com, that's where, if you are less familiar with what we do, you can find everything there at BeckyHiggins.com. We have a blog. If you click there, just right there on the sidebar, there's a search field, and just search Afghan or crochet. I mean, just like an obvious keyword that you're
Or
wondering about.
chevron.
Chevron.
That's the
That's the
name
pattern.
of the pattern.
And my mom did that guest blog post because so many of you asked, and it's there. Yeah, so you can totally search it. She shares everything. Yep.
Someone else wondered, what would you suggest as a project for a craft bazaar? Like what type of projects to sell, I guess?
Oh, you know what I've seen a lot and I love are hats and scarves.
Yeah.
Hats and scarves.
And that's
are
actually the first
great.
thing that I learned to make when I learned to crochet is, my husband was in residency, it's the same kind of thing, like I wanted to try something new. And I totally did it with hats and scarves.
And I actually started this yesterday.
Ooh, is that going to be a hat?
No, this is a scarf.
Oh, that's a scarf.
This is a scarf. And so I started this yesterday. No, day before. What did I say? What's today? Tuesday?
Today, you were in yesterday. Yes.
Oh, it was yesterday morning I
She
started
just
this.
started this.
And so I brought
So
this into
pretty.
the office yesterday. So it's kind of light and airy
Yeah,
and
it's pretty.
it's not real heavy.
That
so
is
it
a good,
works out
so
really well.
does that answer the question? Hopefully, like that's what you're asking is maybe what is
Hats
something
and
small.
scarves
Yeah.
and socks and mittens are something else that really
Oh.
sell well because they're quick to make and patterns. If they go to patterns, all free crochet patterns online, you can find a lot of really cool patterns online that are free.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just download
Just
them.
do it. Just do a search.
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, we love your questions. We want more of them, but I'm going to get out of the hot seat. We're going to bring Race in, and we did not nominate him. I just want you to know, like, we were talking about my mom coming in, and several people were like, I want to learn how to crochet, but Race was like, no, seriously, I, like, for real, not just for fun. Like, I just legitimately want your mom to teach me how to crochet. That's what's bringing these two together. So I'm going to step out, he's going to step in, and one little disclaimer, this is not, like, we're not going to move the camera in close to see the details, but you'll still be able to understand and pick up on some of those tips and ideas. And then, like we said, please ask your questions. We've got one more question before we start.
Actually,
and
it's
then
not a question,
Oh,
but
a comment.
Sean Irene wanted to say hi.
Oh, Sean. Hey, Sean. That's cool. Sean's been a family friend for 20 plus years.
A long time.
And Sean, shout out to Sean, is one of the best male scrapbookers I know. He totally uses the Project Life app. In fact, Molly knows him as well from working together at one point.
Yeah.
So, hey, Sean.
And I'm friends with him on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff.
For
Good.
sure. Hey, Sean. All right, enough about you, Sean. Okay, let's bring in Race. So, all right,
Race.
bring it in, Race.
I'm in.
Come
Okay.
over here.
It's all you guys now.
Okay, Race has, I like to use baskets to put my yarn in, and so Race has this really pretty pot.
Well, I just happen to have it in my office. I don't know if it's like the best
It's
thing.
not the best. I like baskets because I can pick the handle up and carry my yarn with me. So
Well, and that would be a really good tip, right? Like have a
Yes.
basket that has handles that's lightweight
Yes.
so that you can actually move it around.
Right.
Okay.
And my husband knows I've got baskets, and Becky knows I've got baskets all over the house, and they all are filled with yarn, so I can just pick up my project that I'm working on. So we're makeshifting with this pot right now. Okay.
Yes.
But at
Ordinarily
home-
not a stone pot. No.
But at home you're gonna get a basket.
Basket.
That's
So
what-
these are Race's skeins of
Skein.
yarn. Skein.
It's a
That's the
skein.
Oh, I thought it was skiing.
No, it's
Skein.
skein. Depends on what part of the country you're from.
Oh.
Okay.
What part of the country are you from?
I'm from the East, and I'm a Southern girl.
There you have it.
So-
Biscuits and gravy, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
Biscuits
Okay.
and gravy.
Now, quiet on the set.
Sorry.
Let's do this. Okay, we have our crochet hook. And for this particular one, this is a size, for those of you who need to know, this is a, I'm trying to find, Vano Choice Lion brand, size 4. This is size 4 yarn. And so that's kind of like a medium worsted yarn, okay? And we have your hook. You've got a J and I've got an I. So we've got our hooks.
Got
There are several different ways in order to start.
it. Okay.
I'm going to show you my favorite way. This is the way I always start.
Ooh, this
okay?
is good.
So you're going to hold your yarn like this, and you're going to kind of make a loop so that it's like this, okay? Excellent. And you want to leave a little tail just like that. I'm going to make my tail just a smidge longer. Okay, you're going to take this tail and you're going to bring it up behind, and you're going to take your hook and put it through and grab hold of it.
Got it.
I totally remember this.
Okay, now
Have you
here's
crocheted before?
what
I
you
have,
do.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm on it.
Not much.
I got it.
Okay, now take your fingers, see how I have my fingers behind?
Yes.
And you're gonna kind of pull.
Wait.
Yeah.
It gets easier. This is just getting it started.
Now you need to multitask with your fingers.
Oh, okay.
And you wanna hold that. Okay, so pull this up and pull this down. Okay, now.
Can I interject and say
Yep.
one thing?
Yes.
Because this is a little bit tricky.
It is.
Anyone
Yes.
who's like, wait, I can't see, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Just go on YouTube and search
on
this because
YouTube.
somebody will show you
Yes.
exactly the details
It
of
is
this part.
so much easier.
Yeah.
And I've actually done several different ways of starting this. This is my favorite, and you're gonna find lots of different ways on
Okay.
YouTube. YouTube is great. Okay, now we have like this right now. Although I want to take your finger out of that little hole right there.
Okay.
And we're gonna
Just kind of tie it up.
we're gonna tighten it a little.
A little.
Okay, now you've got your tail here, I've got my tail here, and you've got your yarn attached to your skein of yarn.
Yes.
So, this is where we are.
Okay.
You wanna wrap your fingers around.
That was fancy.
Okay.
Okay. Got it. Wrapped.
And bring it up. And this is where your tension comes in. Because you want your stitches to be even, and in order to be even, you need to have some kind of tension
Okay.
that, just like a sewing machine,
Mm-hmm.
just like a sewing machine, you don't sew. But for those of you out there,
How do you know?
I could sew.
Yeah, that's good.
yes you can.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to make sure that our tension is good.
Got it.
So you see where I'm.
He
where I've
needs
got
to
this?
wrap the yarn around his pinky. There you go.
Around it.
There
Okay.
you
Oh,
go.
okay.
And bring it up. See how my little pinky is right here?
Yes.
How it's wrapped? And now I'm bringing it up between
Yes.
my.
Between there.
Excellent.
Got it.
Excellent. And then bring it down.
And then down.
Okay, don't lose your needle though.
Okay. I got it.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay, yeah, there it is. Okay, now we're going to make our very first stitch.
Okay.
Oh, this goes into the books. Okay.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wanna have quite this much. You wanna bring it in just a little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
Bring it in a little bit.
There we go.
Okay. Sean, I hope you're out there doing this too.
I know. Play along.
Play along, Sean. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
We're gonna take our crochet hook in the front and around to the back, and we're gonna. That's where the hook comes in, and we're gonna pull it through just like that.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
I see what
yeah.
you say. So it actually.
It goes into that.
Oh, I see what I see
You
what
were
you're
there.
saying.
Yeah.
Even if I wasn't doing so, it kind of pulls through the hole there.
Yeah. It's not as easy as it
It's
looks.
not as easy as it looks.
I have
but-
mad respect for whoever figured this out in the first
Oh,
place.
seriously.
No, for real.
Oh, I know. I do too.
Okay, so I see.
Let alone people who crochet
Okay.
in
Right.
general.
You're
Like
very
this.
patient, I appreciate
No.
it. Okay,
Let's wrap it back here so you've got your tension
got the tension.
and bring it up. And this is not an absolute must. Different people have
Yeah.
their tension holds
Mm-hmm.
differently.
Differently.
Different people. Hi, y'all.
That's my dad coaching my mom to look at y'all in the camera.
And I'm
That's
so
what's going
focused on race here that I
Yeah,
want to
me-
make sure.
Me too, yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
looped.
Yeah, looped and bring it through. Bring it through there. Pull it back. Yes.
You get
Good. Go. Oh, yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah. Go ahead. You got it. Oh.
I got it.
Oh. Yes.
I'm
He's
through.
got his
I'm
first.
through.
Race to birth.
Look, he's got his first stitch.
Well, now what?
Do that again.
You're done.
No,
That's
you're
it.
not. That's just the beginning. Okay. Now this is called a chain stitch.
Okay.
Okay. So you got your fingers all wrapped
Got it,
around,
yeah.
right?
You tied
Okay.
it, yeah.
Okay. And we're gonna do the same thing again.
Okay.
And wrap it around. Yes. And pull it through. This takes time to acquire tack.
The touch.
The touch. Uh-huh.
I see that now.
Yeah. and it makes you appreciate.
I kind of feel like we're watching, what's the guy, the artist?
Oh, the guy who
The
paints?
PBS.
Oh, yeah, what is his name?
What's his name?
Oh, I
can't
remember him.
I feel like that's what we're watching. It's like you want to just watch and
Right
deeply
through
concentrate.
Totally.
Oh, you do,
I
you got
do.
it.
I do
Oh,
wanna
number
pull it.
2, okay.
Yay!
It's
I just-
looking just a little,
Well, I'm
like,
even.
you're,
There's
yeah, you're
questions
good,
people
you're
have
good.
so far, so
Okay.
yes.
Okay, good. Now you've got it.
Hi
Oh
from
my
Jody
goodness, he's-
Simmons.
No, that's
Oh,
the exercise.
Jody. Yeah, Jody
Jody
says
Simmons.
hi.
Oh, hi, Jody.
Hi, Jody.
Have you got your crochet hook out, Jody?
Hey, shout out to Christina too.
Oh, hey, Christina.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Keep focus on
Okay,
Race.
okay.
And you guys have asked some really good questions. We've actually jotted down your notes, your questions, because we do want to answer a few of those. We're just gonna let Race get a few stitches here.
He's
So that it makes
he's
sense.
gone. He's doing good over here.
I've gone off track a little bit.
That's okay. This is learning. This is
Yeah.
learning. This is what you do to learn.
Okay.
This is good. Now keep going.
Okay.
And the more you do this, the more practice, it becomes perfected.
Yes.
And the more comfortable you feel with how you hold the needle.
Right. I can see that.
Or not.
Makes sense.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got another one just now.
You did?
He's got 1, 2, 3, but he's got 4 chain
Did
stitches
you
right
even? I snuck him right by
Oh,
you.
yeah, you get, okay.
Hey,
Now,
hey, Race, just so you know, Heidi said practice. You will get it. That tension and rhythm thing takes
Right.
practice.
Yes.
I can
Thank you,
see.
Heidi.
Yes, and Bob Ross. Thank you, Karen. It is. It's Bob Ross that we were talking about. Totally. Yes.
Yes.
And this is like better than watching Bob Ross. Well, I mean, maybe not.
Now, you get your tension.
Tension,
If you turn your needle,
Oh, this way. Okay.
yeah,
Oh.
and then that pulls it through.
Just
Yes.
to kind of like give it a little.
And see, with this finger right here, you're holding the tension down so that it helps you to be able to pull it through
Right.
and turn your needle. You guys, if Race can do this, anybody can do this.
That's kind of the idea.
that is the thought here.
Okay.
It's the-
And they're loving this. It's really fun. People are really, truly enjoying this.
I want to know what other questions people have.
Okay,
to
so
ask
if we're
me.
okay with questions, I just didn't want to break
Yeah.
the like concentration.
No, he's doing good.
Do you
He's
think that
doing
you've
good.
got
You
it
can-
well
oh.
enough? Okay, so
Oh,
Race,
look, he's done
can
another
you
one.
just kind of hold that up to the camera just a little bit so people can see what you've done?
Clearly,
So we have.
I'm halfway to
Go
a
down
sock.
a little bit,
Okay.
down,
Okay.
over.
Over.
Let's see.
There you go.
So it's not in Oh my goodness.
That is the most beautiful chain
That
I've
is
ever seen.
absolutely stunning. So you
Stunning.
keep looping. What's the term? Keep at it.
He's doing a chain.
Crocheting.
He's doing a chain stitch.
A
This
chain,
is
so keep chain stitching.
Hey, Race.
Is that
Yes.
proper? Okay.
Jacqueline Olmsted said you can teach everyone at the next family game night how to
Don't mind if I
crochet.
do.
Oh.
Jackie.
Oh, hey Jackie. Okay, so here's a couple questions for you. And these are questions for you, Mom. While Race is working on his chain
Right.
stitches,
Mhm.
somebody wants to know how many skeins on average, do you use? How many skeins of yarn do you typically use with a project?
For an average,
What, like an
Chevron.
Afghan?
They said for the ones that they've done for our office.
for the ones for the office.
Chevron.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if you want to hand me, Wendy's is in the drawer over there.
Oh,
I'll just kind
great
of hold that
visual.
up.
Yeah, I got it.
I would say for an average blanket like this, now this is a 2-color, probably if I can recall.
Dad, will you hold the other side? Over there. Other side. My dad's gonna hold the other side. You should make an appearance here. Lean in to Mom. Lean in. Say hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. That's disgusting. Okay, this is big. This is probably like 9
Now I need
feet.
to fix that little.
I mean,
No.
Oh,
Seven.
Yeah, how does that happen?
I don't
Well,
know,
that's
7 or
where
8 feet
that's where
by
I
like
joined
3 feet or
with
something,
Red.
just so you guys get a
Oh,
sense
okay.
for what we're
Work
talking
those
about
in.
here.
Your skein
Okay.
right now.
So
No, I
this
changed
size,
Oh, okay.
Go
It's
in
what
a little
my-
more, Becky.
okay, this
That's
size
right,
right
that's
here,
And down.
this, this size right here. Okay, this size Afghan is what you're referring to, and that's what somebody's asking about with how many skeins.
Gosh, I've made so many. This would
You think?
probab-
The woman's only made over 100 of them, easily. Wouldn't you say
in the
that?
last 2 years.
Like, for
Oh
real.
my
She's
goodness.
In
insane.
the last 2 years. This is probably going to be no more than 12 skeins. that would be 6 skeins of white and 6 skeins of gray.
Okay.
So to be on the safe side, depending on how wide they make it and how long they make it, if they were to get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they got 6 skeins of each color, that would be plenty.
Well, and there are no rules to what size.
No.
People can do whatever they
No.
want. So that kind of makes me
Absolutely.
wonder, how big of an Afghan do you think that Race should be making? Because, in fact, Race, what is the purpose of this Afghan?
Big as a sock.
It depends on how big the foot is.
Really little foot.
It's a baby foot.
Race has 3 little girls, the sweetest, most beautiful little girls. So I think, is that kind of what the goal is with this one Afghan, is that...
Well, the thing is, when I got my Afghan from Vicki, it was amazing. And it made me feel like a member of the team and like a part of the family in a way that I don't think anybody else could do, because it was a special handmade gift. So it struck me as a really cool idea. You can make cool handmade gifts that make people feel welcome. I want that.
Yeah, check that out. Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
And then after you learn to make all of these socks and blankets and hats and scarves. Oh, another thing that would really be good for making for fairs, craft fairs and things, are doilies.
Oh yeah,
I
you make a lot of
love
those.
making doilies, and so that's another thing. And they're really easy, and again, they can find their crochet patterns free online. Go to all free crochet patterns, something like that, or just type in free crochet patterns, and you'll get these different sites that come up, and they're great. They can just,
Do you know Heine Alcio?
Haney,
It-
Alcio, Haney. Is
Hi,
Haney?
Heine,
Yeah.
I said Heine.
Yeah.
Heine.
He
Oh,
met Haney,
sorry about
and
that.
he knows that. He does know better.
Hyvä,
Say it.
hyvä iltapäivä. Mitä kuuluu? Tervetuloa, Haney.
Oh my word, what is this woman? What is happening?
Gosh.
Oh.
Me rakastamme sinua.
Oh my word.
What?
You should talk with her. You
With
guys
her.
should have a Finnish
What
conversation
is she
right now.
saying? Are you saying something in
What
Finnish?
she
Great
just
job,
used a
Vicki.
thank
I
you.
love.
Yeah,
love
great
it.
job, Becky. I love the blanket you made for my baby.
Aww.
Hi, Haney. Oh,
Aw.
and you've got, for those of you who are thinking that my mom just went like haywire, she is actually speaking Finnish because my parents, I think a lot of you know this, my parents lived in Finland recently for a couple of years serving a church mission, and my mom learned Finnish for the first time. My dad brushed up on his Finnish, and I am a talking voice on the side of the camera. I know that's probably awkward.
Do you want this seat?
No, I do not. Okay. They would rather
You're
see.
doing
Oh,
good.
you're starting something, Mom.
I'm just
Kate,
chaining.
can we appreciate that she's not even looking? Okay, so
I'm
then that's the
watching
verb.
Grace.
It's called
Also not
chaining.
look.
Yes. This is your basic row.
Okay.
When you are making something, you want to chain X number of stitches, and depending on what you're making will depend on how many chains you're going to make as your base row. And then that's when you can start with, let's say we want to do double crochet. Then that's when we can start with double crocheting.
Let's not get complicated now.
So
Okay,
do you pay
so-
attention to how many stitches you're putting in the chain? Or do you
Yeah.
just go by sight, by how long? Do they match
Depends on what
up?
I'm depends on what I'm doing. I have created some patterns myself, so I just look at it based on what I want it to be and how big I want it to be. If I'm following a pattern, then of course I will, if it says chain 207, then I'll chain 207, and then I'll be able to go with whatever pattern I'm working on. So it really depends on what you're doing. If you're being creative, just do what looks and feels right to you, and put whatever stitches together you want to put. I love the fins because, I have to say this because
Shout out to the Finns, yes.
Shout out to the Finns because they are such great handiwork people, and they love making socks and scarves and hats, and so I just love that.
So, Mom, we've got a few more questions I want to ask you, and we probably should wrap up. And if,
Okay.
like, we're not going to obviously
No, you
watch
keep
Race.
going, Race.
Um,
You-
yeah,
oh,
you-
oh my goodness! Hold this up. Look!
oh
look.
my goodness.
Well, I'm just chaining. It's
He's doing good. I can't believe.
So
This
you
is the
keep
hardest
working.
part.
Yeah.
This is the hardest part.
Don't lose focus.
No,
Okay, you keep chaining. And Mom, a few questions. Somebody's
Yes.
wondering, how do you keep your wrists from hurting while you crochet for a long time?
That's a really good question, and I know people that do a lot of crocheting and they end up having to wear braces or something on their wrist.
Oh.
But I have never had a problem with that. I've always just been able to do it. And I don't know if it's because I do so much that my wrists are just used to it. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Well, and everyone's a little different. That's a great question, though.
Different.
Another question, what's your favorite border to put on blankets?
Ooh, I like to put fringe on blankets, where you make your fringe and cut it and attach it. I like to do single crochet and double crochet. I like to make the little shell to put on.
I've seen you do that, yeah.
I like shell. So it really depends on what look you want. Oh, look, there's Haney.
Oh, there's Haney.
On the
Oh.
screen, Haney, you were just on the screen with your mom.
Oh,
Amina.
you totally were.
Oh, I love it. So
Sorry, quick context. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So in our entryway, we have a TV and it has rotating pictures of our customers. That's what that means. Okay, carry on.
So I think it really, I like all kinds of edgings. I hope that answers the question.
Totally. Okay, now this is not a question, just a quick comment from Jill. She says, your mama is just darling. She seems like someone who you could sit down on a couch and chat with for hours. What do you think, Grace?
Easily.
And
Especially
crochet.
with this, yeah.
And crochet.
If we
Because
just
you can,
crochet.
you can talk and you can crochet at the same time.
Well, some people can. I don't know about everybody.
Yes, you can. Look at this. You are doing this, Grace. Totally doing this.
Another question for you when you're
Yes.
ready. Okay. All right. So, what's your favorite color combo for hats?
For hats.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold that thought. We got tacos coming in. Come on in.
It's
Come
Taco
on in.
Tuesday, everybody. Taco Tuesday.
Okay. We've got a little background noise. We've got Wendy and Tony picked up tacos. All right. Carry on. Favorite color combo for hats?
You know, I just made a couple of hats for a couple of the granddaughters, and one of them was an off-white hat with a blue, a turquoise blue trim on it, and it has a bow on the side. That was really pretty. I've done purple and yellow, again for granddaughters. I've done just solid, like dark gray. I would totally love to do one in this color. It's kind of like a soft green,
Like a sage
green.
color? Yeah.
And I'll have enough yarn that I can make a matching hat. So I just like all colors.
Great question.
Any kind. Yeah,
Okay.
great question.
Another question for you, and then you might have caught a couple more. So you know that wall art that you made for me, that going back to counter cross stitch, where it has the little angel and then you change her apron with every month. I think that this question is coming from that, is that I've shared that before, and in fact most of you probably won't even know what I'm talking about, so I'll make sure that I get a picture or share it on Instagram stories or something.
Yes.
But they're asking where can you find that pattern? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. You know what? That's a really good question. I made those counter cross stitch angels that you change out every month, and I cross stitched the large angel on the background, and I change the apron out every month.
I love it.
beginning of
It's
the
one
month.
of Claire's and my favorite traditions, because we have that and love
and
it.
it was one of my favorites to do. I will tell you what, find out who that is, and I will look on my computer later today, and I will see if I can research and find that pattern.
You know what, if you really are strongly interested, and I'm not sure, Carolyn, if that was you or someone else, but go ahead and just shoot an email to customerservice@beckyhiggins.com, and Tony can reply to that email with the link that my mom might find.
Yeah,
that's what we can do.
I'm not sure that pattern is in print anymore, but I
Okay.
will see what I can find.
All right, Molly, what else are you seeing?
What size of needle do you start with?
I have a
Grace?
J.
Yeah, you do.
6 millimeter.
I am working with an I, but it depends on the larger the needle, the larger your stitches are going to be. So there are some blankets that I like to use the bulky yarn, so I will use a, I don't have one in this basket, it's in my other basket. It's like a LMN size crochet hook. So the larger the crochet hook, the larger your stitches, and
The bulkier,
the bulkier
like the
it's
bigger
going
the
to be.
texture of it, right?
Yes.
Can I go back to Angel for just a second?
Yeah.
So Ginger actually made a good suggestion. She said, we all want it, just post it here, please. And she's totally right. Forget about the email.
Okay.
We will, if you can find that
I
link,
will
then that's what we
research
will do, is just add that link right here in this Facebook conversation on this particular broadcast, and that's where we will put it. That makes a lot more sense.
I will say that sometimes you can find the patterns easily, like on eBay, if they're older patterns, like on eBay or sometimes in Etsy. But if it's old enough, then I may have to go home when we get home and actually look at my pattern to see where that came from and be able to find it that way. But most often you can research patterns and find it. He is doing so good. Look at this.
Oh my word.
Look at this. He is on his way to a blanket. To
Well,
an
yeah, forget the
Afghan.
sock.
Yeah,
Forget the sock.
He's going
This
straight.
man is on fire.
Or you could turn that into a scarf as well.
Ooh.
I don't know about Phoenix scarves, but
Oh,
That's perfect width for Phoenix.
Yeah.
this is about what I would use for a scarf.
It's about how cold it gets here. So we actually need to wrap up this broadcast. This has been really fun. People are totally enjoying it. So I think we answered most of the questions, and Race, you're killing it, man. That's pretty
He
cool.
is.
Obviously.
Work for the rest of the day as Ace is done.
Am I done?
No. His boss is standing right here. She says no.
Oh.
So you know what, Race, there's going to be an obvious expectation that people are going to need to see a little bit of progress
Yeah.
and the finished result. So no pressure,
Well,
but
He's doing. I wish you could see him. He is just sitting over here going like.
well, they can see him. They
needlework.
actually can.
Just
They're
like
watching him.
Just like a machine. He is going to town.
He's not only a machine, but his concentration face is one that I've become very familiar with over the past 30 minutes.
And he's concentrating.
Oh,
isn't he?
deeply. Yes.
Can
Hey,
everyone
show
see
it.
this? 'Cause
Let's
it's
see it.
pretty fantastic.
I'm going to get it really close because I can
Yeah.
see what
Oh,
they could.
yes.
Oh, and Mom, you just keep smiling. Oh,
I'm just so
my
happy. I'm proud of my
goodness.
student.
She's
that
a good
is-
teacher.
I will say, Vicki, so many people said you should do classes.
Just saying.
Because, you know.
You know, I'm not an expert, and I will just put that out there.
I'm sorry. Back up the bus. I'm not an expert.
I'm not an expert.
100 Afghans in 2 years?
Okay.
No, I'm not an
I'm
expert.
not sure what you define as an expert, but
Well, it's not me, but I just love doing it, and I love trying new patterns and new things.
yeah, you do.
And so I'm all about that. And by the way, you have 2 doilies that Claire picked out to put on your piano.
She did.
Yes.
So cute.
So those are on the
And
piano.
can I say something about that? I know we're on Facebook Live, but on Instagram Stories, what we should do on Instagram Stories is share a little bit more of those projects that you've made. So if you guys are interested, just jump over to Instagram, and later today and even tomorrow, we'll just share a few stories of some of the other things that my mom has made, because she for sure has brought them with her.
Oh, I only have 3 baskets with me. That's all.
And Anna just says, I hope you are learning too, Becky, so it can be passed down to generations. And I appreciate that. My mom actually helped to teach, and I was a little self-taught because I didn't live near my mom when I was learning, but she also gave me some tips. But I actually have crocheted several things that I still have.
And yesterday when I went shopping for Race, I also shopped for Claire, and she picked out her skein of yarn and her crochet hook, and we're going to be having crochet lessons with Claire
Mm-hmm.
in the next day or so that she can get started, and it's going to be a race between Claire and Race. A race between Race and Claire.
It's a serious competition.
Yeah, and see,
I'm feeling pretty strong.
I can take an 11-year-old girl down.
You're looking pretty strong. She's going to be making a blanket for her American Girl doll.
Oh, that's
what she wants to do.
perfect.
That's what she wants to
So
do.
perfect.
So,
Okay, so we really do need to wrap up. So I'm just going to close with what Karen says. And she says, I would watch your mom on YouTube. Does she have a channel? So it just goes along with a comment that Molly was sharing earlier. They love to watch you. So thanks, Mom, and thanks, Race, for being such good sports. You guys are awesome.
and thank all y'all for joining us for this fun little bit of time.
All y'all. All y'all.
All y'all.
All y'all. Okay, I'm going to figure out how to end this unless you can help me. All right, so peace out, Mom and Race.